Sunset Overdrive has ruined my attention span, and honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. During my 30-hour trip through developer Insomniac's insane but endearing depiction of the apocalypse, I strayed off the beaten path more than I have in any other open-world game in recent memory. Despite the minimap encouraging me to head 400 meters east, I couldn't help but veer off the route at every chance imaginable. This isn't due to a lack of interesting things to do, but rather a testament to the abundance of them. Because of Sunset's superb traversal, impeccable writing, and wealth of upgrade paths, I was more than happy to take the road less traveled, and more often than not, it led me someplace I was thoroughly glad I visited. Sunset Overdrive visually pops like the Easter Bunny on acid. Its bright colors, punk rock attitude, and nose turned up in the direction of authority all meld together wonderfully. I really appreciate that Insomniac has crafted a world that successfully adheres to a strong, unique, and artistic vision. But this distinct style transcends aesthetics, and actually aids in Sunset's most successful and often used mechanics. Like any open-world game, the mission structure here has you taking a character from point A, making your way across the map to point B, and engaging in some activity that usually results in being sent to collect a reward at point C. While that last sentence might sound monotonous, Sunset makes the very act of traversal a constant joy. After all, it's about the journey, not the destination. Narrative conceit be damned, your hero or heroine can bounce off anything remotely buoyant, dash through the air, and grind on all manners of power lines, billboards, and flat-out right angles. In fact, all of this is encouraged thanks to a punitively slow running speed, the reward of a smart combo system, and an impossible abundance of monsters, soldiers, and robots. The controls in Sunset certainly aren't simple. By the time you gain a full suite of weapons and traversal abilities, your hands will be getting a serious workout. But while they certainly felt cumbersome initially, leading to stretches where my fingers were just a fraction of a second behind where my mind was, I eventually acclimated to the complex system and even grew to appreciate it. For sure, by the end of the campaign, I still found myself navigating a hand-eye coordination spaghetti bowl when I had to grind on a wire, kill a horde of monsters below me, hop off, switch weapons, and kill an airborne bat thingy, and then air dash towards the nearest building so I could wall ride around its outside. I love telling other people's stories about my time in Sunset Overdrive because they seem to be just that, my stories. If I wanted to put on a wolf mask and fire off explosive teddy bears at a group of robots, I could do just that. Sunset treats its open world as a canvas for you to express yourself aesthetically, through movement, and of course, through combat. I love the fact that weapons and abilities are upgraded based on how often you use them. Not only does it reward your playstyle, but it also encouraged me to experiment with other weapons in order to see how they'd evolve over time. I loved fighting enemies like these giant herkers. Each encounter felt like a mini boss fight in and of itself. There's a great sense of tension in trying to stay moving while maintaining your high ground, and thanks to Sunset's deep and varied arsenal, I found myself creating some really interesting combos. I'd start by peppering the area with freeze bombs, which brought me enough time to lay down a field of acid sprinklers and finish it all off with a barrage of exploding teddy bears. Weaving in and out of this self-expression is one of the most consistently funny scripts in recent memory. From pop culture deep cuts to fourth wall breaking remarks about the very nature of video games, I found myself genuinely laughing at Sunset Overdrive throughout the entire campaign.
I started this game collecting trash, now I'm collecting trash again. Maybe I've always collected trash.
The voice work is great, the supporting cast is varied and interesting, and I found myself weirdly obsessed with uncovering the events that led to the apocalypse. Sunset Overdrive is big, gorgeous, and a hell of a lot of fun. Never has getting from point A to point B in an open world game provided so much enjoyment. Now if you'll excuse me, I have to once again adorn my wolf mask, leap off the highest ledge I can find, and fire an explosive stuffed animal at a group of angry robots.